you're familiar with That's Amore?
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Florence has leather goods galore.
We like scheduled time out of our days.
I had to stay at the office because I
to do this.
worked too long to go home in time.
If there was an actual segment, we'd all be on board.
There is a segment. You're gonna make money.
We're
watching a real game. There's a real game. We just have to
coming after
8
this.
more minutes. Yes. New merch alert.
Oh shit.
What did you think would happen?
Viral marketing, right? Grassroots, fucking street team style marketing.
What if that envelope exploded like at a bank robbery where it's filled with blue dye? My other car is a massage.
Yeah.
Those are, how many bumper stickers do you think?
There's 100 in there.
I thought there'd be some other.
There's 900 at my house.
I don't get
That's
it.
it. Only one.
What do you mean? That's the one. That's the one we're banking on.
I would
There you
also
go.
say
There's
that
the
I
other
don't
50.
get it. Is this an inside joke to an episode that hasn't aired yet?
Is this an inside joke that we're gonna back our way into today?
Oh shit.
I see.
My other car is a massage.
I wonder
Actually.
if you can punch in about 8-point font, it says
Underneath.
listen to the Headgum Podcast.
That's absolutely correct. That way, because this is a parking lot sticker. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to see this on the road.
No
People
one's
are
going
gonna
to see this in a parking lot.
Really?
I can barely see it right here.
No, because the issue is people will be like, my other car is a massage. What does that mean? It creates intrigue.
Right.
It allows people to go up and squint, put their readers on. Girl, put your readers on. My other car's a massage.
So the opposite of when someone talks really quietly and you lean in.
Ugh. It's like, this sticker is for close hearers. Does that make sense?
No.
This show is all about oral, and this is the first visual gag we've ever had, I would say.
So how do you expect this to make sense by the end of the episode? Oh, he has a gun. Gonna kill himself in a shirt. Nice, a Theragun. Yes.
We're gonna make an inside joke.
Okay, so now I want to take these
Me
off.
too, then.
Yeah.
Johnny also brought his own guest, which I've never heard. It's kind of like subletting. You brought you are a guest, but you also brought your own guest.
What should I say?
Let's go for it. Yeah. Go ahead and introduce me. I think it's all good.
All right. I'm Johnny.
Hell?
Yeah. And this is my lawyer, Jacob.
Hi, happy to be here.
Your lawyer.
Yeah.
Great to meet everybody here.
For Pretty Whack, obviously.
Okay, so you're still talking about the industries.
Yeah.
You're still talking about it as if it's a corporate entity.
It absolutely is a corporate entity. We're
Can I
kind
add
of,
what? Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
I wanted to kind of speak directly to your attorney. How much is he paying you, if at all?
I'm being very well compensated.
No way.
By in a with promises. So basically, as Pretty Whack develops into an industry spanning behemoth, I've been assured that I'm going to make millions.
Yeah.
But also in the meantime, he's paying me in hanging, chilling, just stuff that I'm pretty into, honestly.
Paying you and hanging and chilling.
Yeah.
So you have to spend
You got
more time
really
with Johnny?
happy.
Yeah.
You got really happy when you said hanging and
Also-
chilling.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Also, I don't know how
No, it's not awesome. Lawyers are paid like hundreds of dollars an hour usually.
I'm like
No, let's hear it.
I can't believe
Now
there's a
it's-
lost episode.
Now
I
it's an
literally-
intervention.
I
it's an
literally do
intervention.
not get what you're upset about. You're causing all of the problems that you're complaining about. Because
This is
you're
gaslighting.
gaslighting us.
How?
You are starting
No.
conversations.
The whole show started with the note that you guys weren't going to
Okay.
participate. That you refused
What do you mean?
to even do
She
it.
just didn't want to do that one thing because she
Jeffrey
didn't know what you were
O'Brien needs
asking.
a fiend. Jeffrey O'Brien needs a
I
TV.
don't
You
know
wanna
what
do
that
it.
That
means.
means nothing.
Nothing
It
to
means
them.
That means
fucking
nothing.
chums. It means like talking,
Everyone,
getting on each
everyone
other's
outside
nerves.
And then you said the
outside in the
Kelly
office
Ripa
staring at
nipple
me right now
thing,
because I'm
which
yelling.
really meant nothing.
Kelly
and then
Rimple, really?
Yeah, 2 strikes and we're out, I guess. And now you don't want to give us the real segment.
And also, you don't even let us get to it. If there's
Get to
a
what?
modicum of a pause, because we're trying to figure out and parse through what
Because the
you
best
telling
episodes,
us Kelly Ripa not
Yeah,
liking
overlapping
pimples
dialogue.
is.
Yeah, the best
then-
episodes are overlapping dialogue. So the slight
Can
pauses.
you
to
shut up?
Commercial. They're all going to laugh at you. From
Amir.
Yeah.
Amir.
Barry, Diet Coke Brothers. Oh my God. Call me Amir Zero.
That's
Because I'm
good.
having a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
No, he's
that's
not.
a Diet Coke.
Call me
Wow.
Diet Amir.
Why?
Because I'm, sort of the worst version of you.
Joke of the ep so far.
Marika?
Am I a child of divorce?
Just wondering, yeah.
Uh,
Or are you a product of your environment?
my parents were never married, and I am a product of my environment.
So you're a bastard child. You've never
Yeah.
brought this up.
Yeah.
Out of wedlock.
Yeah.
Sorry, that might be it for the show.
Yeah, don't talk to Marika like that.
Yes.
That was sagation?
Sagacious.
Sagacious. Sagation.
No.
Sagation would be the word. Sagacious, sagation.
Am I in frame on
You purposefully are not.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not giving my poem enough credit, though. I know that it's like, oh, Jeff wrote that, but it's kind of good.
Let's hear it again.
Yeah.
Omakase by Jeffrey James.
By the way, it's not about it being good or not. It's
Yeah.
about we knew it was you.
I know,
That-
but if
It
it hit
wasn't
you
about-
viscerally in your
it didn't.
archetypal center, you maybe
It
would have
didn't.
been like, wow, that brought me to tears.
No, but it
Oh,
was
you're gonna
like
bring us-
overwrought in a way that I knew that it was like a Jeff joke.
Yeah.
I
mean,
thought
even
that
the
it
Compared
word
to other
joy-
shitty poems, yours
I was
stood
gonna
out.
say that the structure of it was there.
Mhm.
Wasn't.
That the content was cohesive and the whole thing was wrapped
The-
in a tiny
There
bow.
were a lot of buzzwords though that
used
gave
white
it away.
space well.
No, you didn't.
I did use white
You're so
space
obsessed
well.
with fish and joy and
fishes. Yeah,
soy
joy.
that
Joy,
it becomes
joy,
like
sorry, I forgot
soy,
jo-
Toro,
that's your
Sapporo.
identity. Do you understand that? That you're like a fish and soy.
You're a fishmonger. You're a fucking
Yeah.
fisherman.
Honestly, guessing that was like fish in a
Are you
barrel.
fucking proud of yourself?
That's your
what
legacy?
You become?
Yeah.
Like that we hear
trout, and we know it's
like
you.
fish glands, and we're like, yep,
True.
that one's Jeff. He loves that shit.
It's your personality is to be
Yeah.
a fishmonger or monger.
It's crazy to have a comedy style that's just the word joy.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
comedy's kind of healing. I really do think that the world needs a little more joy. And let's take another fucking break.
Yeah.
We don't. We don't sell that many ads for this show. I don't understand what happens in this break.
We used to. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just how you come back from breaks now?
Correct.
It sure is.
That's absolutely
it couldn't
correct.
be
It's-
more jarring. Oh
it's
my
like
God.
basically rods of aluminium hitting
concrete. Yeah.
This is how you wake up the listener
Exactly.
from the
I
ad
kind of like-
break.
from the
They're kinda dozing
stupor that
off.
they're lulled into.
Boredom, maybe?
Boredom. So let's play with that a little bit. Let's
Okay.
wrap on that. I fear bore, so I don't be present in enjoy.
Because you fear that if you are in the moment, too much the bore
It's
will
not
come.
even that.
I hadn't even said anything, and you started saying no. I'm trying so hard to connect to you, the hardest person on earth to connect with.
Sometimes-
and you're shutting me down.
Yeah.
Because I'm enjoying the conversation too much. So I'm shutting down not only the conversation, but myself.
But I think you just think about joy and enjoyment too much. You quantify it too much.
It really does look like a walnut.
What's that?
The brain looks like a walnut.
The brain or mine specifically? I can't tell if you're bullying me.
They say like you're supposed to eat foods that look like the brain for brain health.
Raspberries, walnuts,
brain.
In Jeff's case, an entirely smooth cannellini bean.
Entirely smooth cannellini bean. Your brain is a fucking marble. Oh my god. What? It was a joke, man.
Right?
Totally.
What do you mean totally? Because it's not like
That's kind of like
all consuming, like it ruins your day that you do this show.
No.
I actually don't appreciate it when you guys come at me almost immediately,
okay,
right?
it was just
During
like an affirmation.
the theme song,
You said
you're saying shit like totally. Like
was
this
just kind
whole
of
thing is all
agreeing.
encompassing. This is a subtle show. This is smart humor. This is topical and evergreen. Hard to do both. And we
Got a
come
point.
together
Mm-hmm.
to create joy for others
Great
every
movie, by the
single
way.
week, by the way. And I don't think we've ever missed.
I think when none of the content makes sense, it's easy to be both topical and evergreen in a way.
Thank you guys so much for playing along.
That was difficult for me.
Thank you to this side of the room. Amir, why don't you really participate? I know that you're thinking
Amir,
about
what's
the
going on
points.
with you?
I know
I
you're
feel
thinking
like I
about what
participated.
the
Are you
smell of
stressed?
cracking open a fresh
Well,
can
whenever
of
I
balls.
talk, you sort of cut me off with a
No,
really
what do you
loud
mean I
sound
always
effect.
cut you off? Because I'm
It's
always
like
trying to-
Pavlovian response, but
Response, that's
yeah,
what I was
you're
gonna
sort
say,
of
yeah.
creating this negative feedback.
It's a negative
loop where
feedback. It's
I'm
an
now
Ouroboros of nonsense
de-incentivized
and
to
joy.
weigh
Yeah,
in
it's
because
sort
it
of
hurts
like-
us
because
every
what we
time I
do is we
talk. I feel
aspire
like
to
you're
wisdom on the
training me
show.
to be quiet.
In a way,
it's hitting
'cause
it.
that's what-
It's actually working.
What I'm trying to
is
do,
what the
what I'm
annoying
trying
part
to do
is.
is make
I'm
sure
trying
that
to
every
talk
time you try to
despite
talk,
the
yeah, you
fact
try to
that
get a
you're
word
the
in
host.
edgewise.
You're
I
not
make it a negative
helping
experience
me.
for you.
You're being
I'm
the
not
host, and that's
joying
act
for
like
others.
we're
And
butting
this-
heads
Because now
as
the
I
energy in the room
speak.
is starting to swirl in this sort
Exactly.
of like, infinity loop.
Yes, it's a
that
negative
starts to
feedback
sour
cycle.
everyone else. Yeah, it's hard to have a guest on.
Right,
and
and
have
I
us
didn't
in
want
the
to
room.
do that. That's why I was giving them
exactly
space
right.
to answer.
I think the four of us should go get tattoos to
Another
commemorate
good
this.
soundboard idea.
Welcome to Billy's Dimes. Do you have a wallet? Do you have a bag?
I have a wallet.
How many dimes are in that shit?
0 dimes in my wallet.
How many dimes? Yeah.
It's like more. It's more of a card case, I guess. So none.
All right. Well, way
I
to
guess
ruin
there's
a
a
segment.
couple pictures of me and my girl, so that's at least 2 dime pieces.
Why do you act like you just got off of a barge in World War II?
1 second. A couple pictures of me and my lady at a.
That's a Photoshop with you and Amy Sedaris. How could you have known? Joel, have you been to Philadelphia this year?
Several times. I have a new nephew, so there's been a lot of back and forth.
All right. I quarantined him. I put him in the waiting room because
he wasn't supposed to go.
He was supposed to stay put a lot.
Fucked.
Right.
He was supposed to stay put a lot. And
Yeah,
now
you should have
not-
lied, Joel.
I put him on the spot. I put him to the test. And yeah, first of all, you just should have lied. Second of all, you said you've been a ton of times.
Marika and I have been designing some Headgum merch, which is very
I saw
exciting.
some of it. Did you see the one that she was, the one that she's talking about?
She being me?
You know.
And you know
Do
the
you
one
know
that
the one
Anya
you're
was talking
talking about? You know the one you're talking about? Do you know what you're saying?
Yeah, I have an idea of
Are
the
you
one I'm
saying the
talking
same
about.
thing you are?
I think you're saying the same thing as you.
You're saying
crying already.
the same thing as
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
But you know the shirts that she's building.
By she, do you
I'm
mean
so
me?
sleep deprived.
I know, same.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. 2 zeros today.
Who does this remind you of? Casey, right?
You can't say Casey right.
Nobody's ever said Casey.
I just think it looks like you. Not looks. I mean, looks like is crazy because it's a flag.
Yeah.
But I feel like it reminds me of China.
It reminds you of China.
Chinese flag reminds you of China.
Let me dog walk you guys through this. This reminds me of China,
Mhm.
right?
And
It should.
you're saying I'm
And
China.
you are China.
Yeah.
So if this reminds me of China, it by extension reminds me of you. It's like an SAT question.
It's the transitive property.
Last night at the party, you kept showing the Chinese flag to
Yeah.
people.
I would just because this
and
was already
going,
pulled
who
up. I
does
didn't
this
even have to
remind you
Google
of?
it.
People
And
that
then
didn't know
they go,
you
they
or
look-
Casey.
They look
Yeah.
at me blankly mostly.
Look at you blankly,
yeah.
and then you go, Casey, right?
I was
they're like,
talking to
"Who's Casey?"
advertisers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Squarespace had a rep there, and I was like, doesn't this remind you of China?
Yeah.
And they said yes, which means Casey.
They thought we had
Make-A-Wish Foundation thing going.
An employee who we sort of had to hire, even though he's not all mentally there,
I was
walking
gonna
throughout
say.
the party, asking people about the Chinese
Well,
flag.
I was like grabbing people's wrists and being like, I'm the employee of the moth, and then I would try to eat their shirt.
Right.
You know, you're kind of the Tua Tagovailoa of
Because
Headgum.
of how many times I hit my head in the last calendar
Exactly.
year.
Yeah.
When should Gemma's Headgum podcast debut be?
I mean, never. In an ideal world, she doesn't have to debase herself like I do.
Yeah.
To earn a buck.
Right. Because
Yeah.
it's about the value of the company.
Huh?
Like when you come on, it's just really keeping the value afloat. It's not like a personal favor to me or to have fun.
No. Oh, when I come on this, it's a personal favor to actually, I guess probably to Marika more
To
than
make
you.
sure that she's not the only one having to deal with. Yeah.
Right.
Micah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Because if I say no to Marika, she just has to wrangle somebody else.
Yeah.
I get that. On that note, I'm about to cry. So let's take a break and
I flew back on Norse when I was in London in May.
Right.
And they don't have Wi-Fi, so it's a pretty boring flight. So I was sort of trying to keep preoccupied with the two options that they have, which is movies and in-flight food that you can order from your little screen. So I was
That you have
just
to pay for all of it, right?
Correct, yeah. So I ordered some like snack platter thing, which had like, some like pepperonis and cheese and crackers and stuff, and I ate them right before we landed. And as we were landing, we were like circling the airport, not landing. I'm like, I think I'm going to throw up. Like, I feel so sick in my stomach between the nausea and like what I just ate. We landed, and I'm like, at this point, I'm fairly certain I'm going to throw up. So I grabbed the barf bag, and I'm just like sitting in my aisle seat as everyone like stands up. It's so hot on the flight. There's like a crowd of people waiting to get off. I'm like, I have to get to the bathroom. So like, I stand up, I left my phone on my chair, and I stood up, and I'm like, excuse me, I have to throw up. Sorry. Can I just get there's no brew unless people get out of your way. So I'm like, I have to throw up. Can you excuse me? I have to go to the bathroom. This is after we landed. I go to the bathroom. Everyone's quiet. I'm hurling in the lavatory, flush the toilet. I get out. Everyone's staring at the bathroom, and the flight attendant's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I feel great now." And then everyone started laughing.
Gotta hit him with that final joke.
And I came back to my chair. Phone was just still there. Somebody could have really taken advantage of my illness.
And somebody came up to you and said, I loved you in Superbad.
I was McLovin to the entire middle class on a Norse flight.
I guess we should head into our first segment, right?
You didn't even ask Brad and Will what they thought about the video.
Yeah.
What did you guys? We're all chiming in. It felt like they didn't have anything to say, which is
you're
worse
just
than
not
having commentary.
looking at them. They're
Because
behind you.
me, man.
Well,
They
it was
have
a great
other-
shirt.
You gotta check out Jeff's shirt.
That's an amazing shirt.
Yeah. And it was a magician-like reveal of while we were all watching the video. You were understanding where our eyes were.
So really, I did chime in on the video.
Yeah, really.
This is actually merch we're working on for the
Oh, that's awesome.
The Hill Kings podcast. Yeah,
sold
on the back right
Hill
there.
Kings podcast.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. Yeah, really good.
thanks. Yeah, tune in.
Sucks.
I'll buy one. My dad certainly will.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
So, a third break.
No way.
It's
10
never happened
seconds?
before, but
You
a
don't have
third
that many
break.
ads.
It's going to be bars and tone.
Dark. It's sort of like the color of these bottle caps is how I would describe the flavor. But I like it a lot.
Was anyone else surprised that the CHIPS Act is like a legislation, whatever, it's a piece of legislation that's an infrastructure bill, basically? I thought it was like the entire government taking on Frito-Lay.
Taking them on in what sense?
Busting the monopoly.
on chips?
It has to get edited out. It was like a weird monologue joke I wrote, and it was the only one I did.
You wrote that?
That wasn't a joke. You just said, does anyone think that it should be about something else?
I said, was anyone else surprised that the CHIPS Act turned out to be an infrastructure bill and not what I thought it was, which was legislative action against Frito-Lay?
Got it.
And what was your ideal response from us to that?
Standing up, probably.
Laughter, and then we cut to break. But instead, we had to cut the break like 90 seconds
Did your
into the
Sydney
shit.
Sweeney commercial start airing?
Yes.
Have you gotten residual checks for it?
I got paid. Residuals happen in 13-week installments with commercials. Or have you never booked a national ad?
I saw that. Oh, wait, I missed that sound effect.
That was easy.
What's Fixer?
Fixer is our over-the-counter drug. It's the all-in-one solution.
To what?
So you know how there's a painkiller medication, there's laxatives, erectile dysfunction. Yeah, erectile dysfunction. So we've put all those pills into one.
Terrible.
So you're shitting, you're rock hard, and you're high.
Yeah.
That's Fixer.
What was the hardest part about having all these medications? There were so many. So instead
No, it's not the issue. The issue is you have to take them at all.
It's just one pill to swallow instead of 10.
A lot of people don't have all those problems.
Yeah.
At once.
How big is the pill? Is this life size?
At one time.
I don't have all these problems, but I am taking Fixer.
That's huge.
I had a massive headache this morning. I took some Fixer. I'm rock hard right now. It's so uncomfortable, but
so that's not good.
What kind of
the product?
That's why Emma left. By the way, the studio smells like shit. She gornies on my weaver till I'm me. This celebrity said this on IG Live.
She gornies on my weaver till I'm me.
Yeah, she gornies on my weaver till I'm me.
I mean, none of these
Rock.
I don't think Sigourney would say it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how well do you know Sigourney?
I guess I've never met her personally.
It's like a rap lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was them on IG Live. Having housing.
She gornies on my weaver
till I'm me.
Till I'm me.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I'm gonna say Laura Dern said that.
You're overthinking it.
It's Sigourney Weaver?
Correct! Oh!
Why would she say that?
I don't fucking know Weaver. I don't know Sigourney, so I don't know why she would say that.
And but you saw her say this on an IG Live?
I'm pretty sure she was promoting The Exorcist.
Has Jeff talked about reading in steakhouses on the podcast?
Does he do that?
Is that your new thing?
Off limits alert. Off limits alert. Sorry, we're getting a little too close to
so vague.
That's too personal.
I left out a lot of information. Next question. Oh, chicken.
Yes, cats. The arms of a chair.
The only place I want to take her is Cat's Deli. All right. Fucking answer. Nobody got it. The correct answer is what is Jeff was upset that the venue was so small.
You're a piece of shit.
Right, piece of shit.
You are such a fucker.
Jeff was upset.
Why do you have Headgum Podcast trivia? Isn't it all?
Let's go. Sage controls the board.
Why?
All right. Joel controls the board. Every week, this show would basically be a talk show where I'm behind a desk. I'm in Armani. Erica could be kind of my Andy Richter. And, so I'm thinking maybe we have like a $5,000 a week budget.
You could do like a Dr. Phil. Like you could
That
just sit there.
would be really good.
That would be really entertaining.
Dr. Shrill. That's a really good idea. I might have to save that for an episode.
Might as well go straight to FaceTime.
FaceTime, okay.
Let's get put it really close to them. Yeah, that's perfect. You can move your head.
gonna ignore.
Classic.
The FaceTime's kind of a big commitment. Like, what if he's like in bed? Like,
That's fine. We don't have to see him. We just have to hear him.
but you said FaceTime.
Yeah. Just for extra instant joy. We FaceTimed him during our Chicago show. He picked up.
Oh, that's cool. How was that?
It was good.
Yeah, he's not doing it.
No.
Should we record a video and send it to him?
Okay.
Countdown.
Hey, Jeff. Amir here. We're really struggling. We had no idea how difficult creating the show is, and psych! Best episode ever! Best episode ever! Best episode ever! Nobody else is joining in.
There's a high value politeness culture. But yes, beneath it all, I'm starting to seethe because of the nature of this game.
Because of what's rude about the game?
So we can't see this.
The game isn't satisfying as a player because my guess, once I make my guess, I don't see what part of the image intersects with a greater whole.
Right.
So I can't feel validated in my detective work at all.
Tattoo. You guys are correct. Tattoo.
What?
What about this?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a cashew. Whether I'm right or wrong is completely up to you. I have no idea. None of us will ever know.
Johnny, your guy is
trying to wrangle him, but he's going to raise
I'm breaking containment right now. I don't know if I can handle this, Jeff.
Lawyers also need to abide by a certain decorum. Otherwise, they get held in contempt of court.
So loud. You're peeking.
I'm peeking. I do feel like I'm in the prime of my life.
You're very cool and handsome.
Lawyers need to abide by certain courtroom decorum.
And
Otherwise, they get held in contempt of court.
I think you guys need to dap it out so you can calm down. I think that's the only thing that'll calm him down.
Sorry.
All right.
It didn't work. Let's try again.
All right. Sorry. Cold as ice, your hand. Jesus Christ.
And you know what? They don't make the yellow anymore.
You're right.
I'm not loving the way that the music is swelling there.
You put the music on.
No, I know. Oh!
You're Katrina.
Right? It's a little in your face, the music. I'm saying maybe there's subtlety. There's beauty in subtlety.
So you want us to critique the music now?
I'm critique anything that you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
See? I don't think this is a good idea.
This segment.
Yeah.
See, that's a good jumping off point. What would make it better?
No classical music.
But the whole segment is like the classical music
Yes.
bend to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's what I don't like about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start. That's what
Do
I'm
you
saying.
know what this piece is?
Am I allowed to look at my laptop?
Sure.
It's Don Giovanni's Overture from Mozart.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good? Thank you. No, that's the wrong thing to do, actually. You're supposed to be critiquing shit. It's like a Casey's druthers, a Marika's druthers, and Amir's druthers, and Ali's druthers. But nobody's saying anything. You're just kind of staring at me.
Because we're trying to wrap our heads around what is happening.
Well, isn't it more difficult because of the classical music?
It is.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah, it's
Critique
harder.
that. Critique shit.
I did. I
Okay.
said the segment's not good.
Yeah, we are
but that's
critiquing
not
the segment.
constructive. That's just negative.
I was saying you should stop playing the classical
Then
music.
it's not a segment. Then it's just us talking.
Right, that's fine.
Is it? I
So
don't
the
think
music
that's enough. It's
makes it a
milquetoast.
segment?
The music makes it a container, I said, an arena to play within.
Playing.
It is.
Now it's more fun.
I do think that they're just posting these they're both tied at 48% to make sure everybody votes for Kamala.
You think those are not actual results, that they're having secretive meetings of let's produce a poll that it's tied so we can get people to vote?
Correct.
Don't you think that's a little nefarious for the New York Times to do?
I don't think they're acting in good faith or in kind otherwise. I mean, have you seen these op-eds about people that I resonate with?
I don't know. Have I? Who do you resonate with and what are they saying?
So vague.
I don't know. Have you seen an op-ed by somebody?
He's kind of like me.
I tend
It's
to
kind of
side
like
with
May.
Nice.
I do is I got it. I figured this out. We stumbled across the finish line, but we made it there. We're gonna lip dub this
That's
scene.
us three. Yeah.
All of us are gonna lip dub this scene.
You tried this with Emma Foley and it didn't work.
That was because Emma fucked it up. Now we have the fucking supporting cast that can affect this shit.
Wow.
I'll be in white because, actually, Anya be white because you're wearing kind of white. I'll be in the middle because the guy has longest hair, and then the guy on the right can be Amir because he's dressed like shit. And then the guy approaching can be the Don, aka Casey. Here we go.
Movie to come.
Well, that was really bad.
I thought that was really good, actually.
You just like movies.
Yeah.
I pitched an idea to do New Boys, which is Lamorne Morris, Jake Johnson, and Max Greenfield doing a New Girl Rewatch podcast. That's not what Jake Johnson's podcast is.
Right.
But eventually we did get a Jake Johnson podcast that Lamorne guested on. Episode was a hit. Clips went viral. Max Greenfield went on. The most recent episode, one of them, clip went super viral.
Yeah, but do you think it's an idea to say these really famous, funny people should have a podcast? Because that's not really an idea.
Of a show that then a lot of people rewatched or watched for the first time during a 4-year pandemic.
So it would have been perfect because we were in the pandemic. And of course, if they're
But nobody
watching
said it was a
then-
bad idea. When you pitched Jake Johnson, nobody was like, hey, he should never do a podcast.
It was when I made that video where I was doing You're a Jerk, but replacing You're a Jerk to You're a Gurk. Parodying Olivia Gurkey's name, who's just
that was an
manager.
incredible time.
Are you familiar?
Hey, you guys hear about this? That's probably why they didn't remember the Jake Johnson thing, because if you were doing you're a Gurk, that's so much louder. Like you fail so much louder than you succeed.
Remember that you're a Gurk. Definitely remember that.
Yeah.
Don't remember you pitching Jake Johnson.
But we give you a lot of credit for You're a Gurk. I think that was that was some of your best stuff. Because it was also
some of your best Gurk.
Yeah, it was your best Gurk for sure. Learn how to laugh.
Is this what Pyle was doing when you got that
If you guys aren't going to take this seriously, then maybe you don't deserve to laugh.
We were laughing.
Oh my God, we were
Just
laughing.
follow his instruction. Ready? Check it out.
This is bizarre. This really makes me upset.
This is the happiest I've seen you this whole time.
Jeff is loving.
I don't know if
Jeff
I've
is
ever
laughing
seen
like
you
this.
happy.
I don't like this guy. What? This fucking weirdo.
He's teaching aliens how to laugh.
Jeff is like having breathing problems over there.
He's having an aneurysm.
What the fuck is that?
Try it. Can we all give it the college try? I just want all 4 of us to be doing that.
That was the worst.
Wait, so you saying that we weren't laughing enough this whole episode was just building up to that?
Have you guys ever lived in the moment for an entire summer?
No.
I'd say like max 3 weeks.
What's their name? Marty. Was there. I asked where his partner was, and he was like, she's insane. And I don't think I should say this.
Of course not.
What do you mean, of course not? It's just someone else's medical information.
It's really private.
And he came to your party on time.
Did you just say purloin?
He said he came to your party.
Can you spell that, please?
P-U-R. Sorry, did that make you laugh that I said P-U?
Yeah.
P-U-R-L-O-I-N.
Okay.
So it's basically like when you make off with someone else's possessions.
Make off.
Make elf.
You guys are assholes. You guys are fucking jerks. And I love it. Purloin. Who said it? I swear to God, because it was the fucking word of the day. Well, now we've all said it now. Purloin.
Only you said it.
That's really good. The grilled purloin. So that's when you grill someone's purse that you stole. Anyway, it's the word of the day. Purloin.
You worked with Jake and Amir, right? That
No
was like
way
your
he knows
first
who they
fucking
are.
Internship, man. You should feel like.
Sorry, I need to start this over. He's so jazzed that happened to be the first internship I did in college. He's
really
like
cool.
giving me my flowers for no reason.
He must
You
know
worked
me.
with Jake and Amir, right? That was like your first fucking internship, man. You should feel like.
Total hacks.
Fuck those guys.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've only heard good things about them.
You're the only media personality who's worth a damn in this country.
Wow. Thank you, Jeffrey. Now let's talk about gun control.
Dude, you
Wait,
are
keep going.
Yeah, you're absolutely biting the hand that feeds you. And I don't understand.
This is your voice with an AI generator on top of it.
Amir,
I mean, now that I hear that, I have to make some phone calls after this episode and talk to some pretty important people.
yeah, absolutely. I don't blame
Katie.
you.
Moose?
Yes.
She's the one pulling the strings on this whole endeavor.
I feel like Rockland Boxing is the name of a gym where the game Rock'em Sock'em Robots is played for sport / cash. It would be like the Greenwich Village chess players, but with Rock'em Sock'em Robots on the tables, right?
Tables.
I like I said,
tables time to flip the sides.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it was all worth it.
This whole show was great just for that.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Glass.
Yeah, it sounds
Glass.
like glass
Okay,
or
glass.
ice.
Glass.
Can I hear
Ice.
one
Glass
more?
or
Can I need
ice?
one more.
Yeah, glass or ice. Like an icy surface.
Hold on, let me go 2 years.
Podcast in the world.
No, I like it. We're not.
This specific section is unlistenable.
Imagine people
No,
commuting.
it's extremely listenable. It's
People are
not good
commuting
video.
home for
Okay,
work.
sorry
They
about
listen to the first half of the way to work, and they're just hearing this. All right, you're
Grass.
Was
in
like
Los Angeles
90%
County
of California
history got replaced
did
by a
actually vote
Republican
for Trump
in sheep's
as
clothing.
their president.
The sheep's clothing
And the
being
blue
one of those
regions or
California
counties are
conservatives
still
who
trending
are also
towards there.
California kind.
Yes.
Hey, zero. The price is on.
How many green snacks are you holding? We got the smoothie, we got the
Holy
LaCroix,
shit.
we got the
They're all green.
pistachio, the green chair.
Can I say something?
Into the mic.
I thought you guys would be waiting for me. Like, I'm not that late.
I wanted to wait, and Jeff had a hard
Not
out.
true at all.
Actually, no,
Not
it's
true at
not
all.
true at all.
I have the whole day.
Amir kept saying, "Can we just start?"
Can we just start?
He said, "How many segments do you have?" I said, "Vaguely 2 or 3." And he was like, "Why don't we just start with the latter 3 and we'll work our way back to the one that Anya needs."
So
to
how
be
many
here
have you
for."
done? 0.
We've
You've
done.
just been talking.
We've been waxing.
We've
which
done
is its own
Casey's
thing.
lollies.
If you must
No.
know. How do you remember which one is Studio H and which one's Studio G? Because in my
H?
mind, it's hard to remember.
Sorry,
Our thinking
do you mind
is-
if I step in right here?
I do, but go ahead.
Studio H stands for Studio Hate, as in like Jeff G, Studio G.
So now
hates
I'm
Studio
confused
H.
again.
Studio G was built for me, as in it does stand for. I'm sorry to say, but
Absolutely
Studio
not.
Jeff.
You're the last person we thought about when building G.
I don't get that. I really don't get that because I feel like if we could be hopping hither than thither between Studio Hate and Jeff, suddenly we're really having
It's
a good
head
time.
and gum. Studio H head, Studio G
Studio
gum.
G was after you.
Wrong! Sorrow the grains! Wrong! Black in the walk! If you don't scald your ream, you can't have rice pudding! How can you have rice pudding if you don't sear your ream?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of feels right doing this in here because this is kind of where my girlfriend records her music. So that looks pathetic. She has more. I just don't want to pick my laptop up.
Okay, so
I'm
I had some
surprised-
ideas for this episode I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
I shared them with Marika. And the first one was come on with my own alternative soundboard, but then I heard Brad had already done that. So then I was like, oh, there was just this big hack of everyone's social security number. It'd be really funny to get Jeff's actual social security number and actually dox him. And so I did spend some time on the dark web earlier this week trying to track down that database. And
You couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it. I had seen some people on like TikTok like have it. and were
have Jeff's.
No, have like the whole database,
whole
and they were
database.
looking up like people's. They like looked up Elon Musk's like old like, everywhere he's lived and like all his stuff. And so I think security researchers have it somehow, but it's not like freely available as far as I can tell.
10 ex-great-grandparents got married in a Dutch church in Flatbush.
10x. Is that
Like great all the way back.
1680s.
Jesus.
really?
Yeah, pilgrims.
Wait, really?
Is that why you look like that?
That's my question. My next question.
What do you mean?
You have like a buckle head attitude.
And shoe.
Because of the hats that I often buy, and
You are wearing
That's
that
so
big hat
true.
sometimes.
that's true. It's
Is that
hard.
part of your seismic change look
I
thing?
think sometimes when you come into the office with any kind
Me?
of difference in one
Oh.
goes in the office with any kind of change in appearance, the last thing you want is to be like lambasted on a podcast
That's
immediately.
right. Or even have any comments about it.
I'm going to link this bracket so that the listeners can create their own bracket thus, including Billy.
I'm not going to listen to this when it comes out.
What the fuck is this? I put a bunch of time and energy into this shit.
You put a lot of time and put the time and energy into other shit.
What are you talking about? Effort
Like
is
finding
effort.
a new table or
The
finding
new
a
place
chair
doesn't have
to
space
sit
for a
in.
table.
So a double is when you hit the ball and reach second base.
Okay.
I'm thinking about making it all the way to the wokest sack, still sopping wet from woke ass bussies. Bunt.
Yeah, next.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of extra innings, which is when it's tied after 9 and the game continues on, I'm thinking extra wet innings.
Why?
Wet innings? What is a wet inning?
Because by then the entire diamond is soaked from bussies.
Someone tell me what bussy means.
Boy pussy.
You can't tell a good one from a bad one.
Fun fact, that train movie, White Noise, was shot in Sugar Falls in my hometown. And my buddy Harry, Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach stayed with my buddy Harry's parents.
Dude, that is so fun. You're right.
Oh my God. That was.
Okay.
12 million for
Yeah.
Gerwig.
Jennifer Lawrence.
It's gonna be. She's a movie star.
Greta Gerwig just
Jennifer
did Barbie and she's
Lawrence?
only at 12 million.
Well, she directed
That's directing
Barbie.
the first one.
Jennifer Lawrence
Jennifer
is
Lawrence has been in-
$160 million
Yeah.
on you.
That's the worst.
She's in all of the
All right,
Hunger
what about
Game
George
movies on
Clooney?
here.
As long as
No.
we're just fucking
No,
guessing
no,
the
no.
world's most successful people.
No, that's not what we're doing.
500 million.
That's not what we're doing.
All right, what about this?
Jennifer Lawrence. You lose a turn. You absolutely lose a turn for that. You're off by 100
You've
million.
reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
That's sweet.
Thank you guys for
Emma?
just moving right on
Yeah,
from when
no,
I said
I'm
the woman would
curious.
kill herself if she looked like me. I didn't want to talk about it, so I'm glad no one refuted it, and I'm glad we moved on.
We're gonna come back to it right about now. What you still don't know why you were bending over to look at something or get something in the
the
subway?
least interesting part of the story.
I feel like that's
Very
like the
fixated on
most
why I was
interesting
bending over.
thing.
I don't know. I think I put my bag down. I think it was when I was on the platform. I think I put my bag down
that
by
makes
my
sense.
feet,
Yeah,
and then
it makes sense, but it
stood up.
doesn't
That's
matter.
okay?
It kind of matters because that's a huge thing to have your pants rip. It's kind of humiliating.
Yeah.
And I,
Yeah.
when I'm on
Totally.
the subway, I walk down the stairs, I get on the bus, and then I get on the fucking tracks, right? I don't end up
I
bending
don't know
over.
what you're talking about.
The tram, the trolleys, right?
You
There's
don't deserve
one
to
of
be
How do why do you
in
get on the
public
tracks?
with other people.
I don't really end up
New
in
York.
public often.
Yeah, you
Get
stand
off
out.
the tracks, Jeff.
I'm
in a
home
city
and
of
I'm
freaks,
in here.
You're the biggest
Sometimes
loser.
I'm in Studio G.
Stay here, isolated, separated.
I am. I
not
will.
mingling. You taint and poison like a drop
Yeah.
in a pool.
But I also paint with hoisin onto pork belly's drool.
Jesus.
Wait to dip inside ranch
Is this how you expected this to go, Jeff?
Not really. I thought you guys would be really enjoying this. I actually showed it to somebody before this, and they were like, that's a really good segment because you can't tell.
Who said that? That's a really good segment because you can't tell.
It's impossible to play.
It's a photo. This is
an audio
medium.
medium mostly, yeah.
You're showing us pictures of cups and jars full of white cream
It was
Yeah.
Micah.
And Micah
No,
told you this
yeah.
was a really good segment.
That's why we got to keep him on the sales team.
Yeah, he doesn't work
you
in
at-
content.
Guys, are you familiar with Minute to Win It?
No.
I don't move, and like some person you've never seen before comes over and like twists a huge key. So basically, fuck you guys.
How's your neck?
Bad.
How's your
What'd
head?
you do?
Good.
Never had any complaints.
Nice.
Okay,
That's
end of
really
episode.
good. That was a
All right,
mic
roll
drop.
credits.
That
That was
was
really
a
great.
bar.
You're not going to beat that,
was a
Jeff.
bar.
So let's not even try.
I was gonna say that was a bar, but maybe we do the segment. Are you guys familiar with Grace's Purloins, Casey's Dimes, that sort of segment?
No. Do you think I? Sorry. No, I'm excited about it. What is it?
You guys both lambasted me before we started recording because I don't watch every YouTube video that Miles puts out. When I do watch some,
This is so fair. This is so
Gabby,
I
just
brought
right.
up
No, let
one
him finish.
segment
This is
we
fair.
do
This is
every
fair.
week, and
This
then
is something-
Miles started and stopped a sentence that would have been. Sorry, do you think I listen to this bullshit?
Sorry.
You think I listen
Can
to
I
this
be honest with
segment?
something?
You think I
Can I be
listen to the show?
Let me listen to something because I actually do sometimes
Let
listen
you
to the
listen
show.
to something.
Let
me listen to something.
Let me listen to this segment for the first time so I can know what we're doing.
So I do sometimes listen to the show, and okay, you know what? Can I? You know what I'll say?
He's
Here we
looking
go.
at the segment right now. He's
No, I'm
like,
looking
I
at
see
Spotify.
him. He's
Here's
not
what I'm
looking
gonna
at
do.
us.
There's no
Let
way
me
to
share
look
my-
at it.
Let
There's
me
no way to
share my
see it
screen.
without listening
Let
to
me
it.
share my screen.
You
Let
may
me
not
share my
share your
screen.
screen.
Let me share my screen. Look at this. I've listened to some.
Why
See
did
that?
you need to share your screen to
Because you can see that it's of the red. It's the little
This
red.
is an indictment on the show that you start listening to it and you stop.
I've listened to a little bit of
The,
stuff. Okay,
the
didn't listen.
longest you listened to was the episode I wasn't on because I had COVID.
Like I listened to just a little bit of
You
that.
listened to Like a Hat.
But you know what I'll say? You know what I'll say? I did actually recently. I was rewatching. This is maybe going to come off in the way that I don't want to hear it.
Miles.
You were
I was-
rewatching an episode you were on.
A compilation of episodes I was on. And it made me excited because it was a lot of the Christmas one from last year.
Amir sent a photo of two street signs at an intersection. He was at the intersection of 6th and Onion.
That feels pointed at me, but okay, keep going.
I forgot Anya lives on 6th and Onion.
Marika
you're
was at
doxing
the
me.
airport. She was at a SIBO Express, and there was an entire category of the menu that said mixed and enrobed nuts. Marika sent another one that said the Princeton Shuttle, in parentheses, I guess this is a nickname for the tram, Dinky service remains suspended in both directions. I sent one. It was an Instagram targeted ad that I got from a place called Fancy for Life, and it said, "Did you know you would have to eat 5 apples today to get the same nutritional value as an apple from 1950?" And then the caption says, "Can't say this as a scientific fact, but we can definitely say it's not far-fetched." To which Amir said, "Not true, but kind of cool." And then the last one that I'll share is Marika sent a cover of a children's book called My Gunkle and Me. So this is...
Is that gay uncle?
I'm pretty sure. Either that or good uncle. Gunkle and Me. Kevin Niffen calls offsite retreats Dilbert-esque. Which he's talking about Dilbert theory. I thought he was talking about Dilbert the cartoon.
What the hell is Dilbert theory?
I don't fucking care. Kevin's
So
job
why
is
do
to
you
do
think
that.
it's not Dilbert the cartoon when he says it?
The article cites a study that he conducted with and at Cornell University with neighboring mid-sized cities / sedans where they fucking entered firehouses. They explored.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Stop taking us down this path.
Followed and surveyed
So
13 different firehouses
So
in mid-tier cities.
What's that to do with office culture?
Or snacks.
That there was a sense of cooperative action within the firefighting culture.
Because they all work on
makes
that.
sense.
Because
That makes
They
sense.
all cook meals
No,
together.
that's true. They love to make chili.
Okay.
Then today,
I have a question.
yep.
Did you edit the video
No.
for the episode that was not released, or it ended and you're like,
It
I'm not
was
even gonna
so
look
bad
at that?
in the room on the Zoom.
I thought
It wasn't
fine.
bad.
I thought it was fine, too.
Though. It was neutral. It was flat. Talking about shit isn't
Yeah.
interesting. We have to
That's
get
what
into
a
the
podcast
joke.
is.
Oh God, we're gonna have to scrap this one. We're gonna have to scrap this one. Anya's coming in. Anya's coming in to save the day. I texted
Did
her
you
saying
say
help.
talking about shit isn't interesting?
No, it isn't interesting enough.
Also, the
not
whole
for
point
this
of
show.
Why are you
The whole
bringing
point
up
of the
news
show is that
headlines?
it's bad. And like, how can
Yeah,
something be so
okay,
bad
there's
that it can't even
bad,
be on
there's
the
bad that's
podcast?
entertaining bad. There's bad that's entertaining bad, and then there's bad where it's just like flat. It's flatlining. The whole show is dead. The show is gone. The content isn't there. I get it. Everyone else has real jobs at this shit. But I'm hitting a breaking point with the blaming it on me that there's not enough content there.
You
Sometimes-
asked us about nipple pimple patches.
And then brought up something that we can't talk about because you forgot something.
Before
And
that,
we
though.
responded to all
I
of it.
started the episode saying it was going to be another episode of Jeffrey O'Brien Needs a Fiend, and all of you guys said you just refused to participate.
I don't know what that
participated.
means.
And yeah.
So be curious about it.
I'm not curious about it. I don't want to know what it means.
And that's what makes it a
Don't say
bad
be
podcast.
curious about it.
I have a good segment for
Then
later that
fucking
no,
do
'cause
it,
now,
dude.
like, the show's going so poorly. I want to save it for another episode, and I might. Amir's resolution. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Is there even a little part of you that's a little bit excited?
I'm excited because it seems like you're trying to time something up in a grand reveal. So I'm curious as to what that thing is. A little delayed, but let's see if you stick the landing.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. I think I saw Allie coming in.
Embody young.
Thaddeus.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amir. Happy birthday to you.
So
regrets. He's had a few.
It is
He did it. His flan.
That's a
It is
huge
a flan.
flan.
The size of
huge flan.
The size of a frisbee. It's leaking. There's syrup just
Yeah.
coming out of the side.
I ran into Jeff yesterday in the street, and he was exiting
So
a
what?
grocery store, and the clerk, he had forgotten a big parcel of meat inside the store, and the clerk chased him. This is true. Chased him down.
True.
And to which she said, "You left your meat in the store," and he said, "I'm not going back in there." An ex-lover of mine is in the store, and he made his current girlfriend go get it.
Oh, damn.
And I thought that was fucked up.
That's awkward.
And that's how I feel about the show.
That's 100% true.
What did you forget?
Sliced.
Why wouldn't you go back in?
Yeah.
The former lover of mine and I are on good terms. So like if I went back in, I was going to have to say hi to her. And then it would be like the awkward thing of like, I'm with my current girlfriend talking to her, which is fine. But like, I just didn't want to put her in that position.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear a former lover mentioned at all. I thought you were just refusing to go back in.
That's not my meat.
That's not my meat.
Because you are the devil to me. As opposed to Anya, who's
Excuse
the
me?
devil to me. Nothing. I'm like not sorry. I'm not getting angry. I just am like curtailing your guys' fear.
I'm not listening because I'm jealous of the episodes that I'm not on, and it makes me feel bad because you guys are having fun.
There's
without
no
me.
way. That's way less
exactly-
believable. I believe what Casey was saying. I don't believe Anya at all.
A little bit. I go, wow, look at all those
You're
jokes that I wasn't
jealous
there
of
for.
the episodes. There's no way. When you watch
not?
like a
I'm
comedy
jealous when I'm
movie-
not on it. Yeah. I want to be on every single episode. And then when I'm not on it, I feel like sad and depressed.
That's what Anya was saying, but you spoke in a cadence that made it seem like you were saying the opposite of what she said.
Yeah, I get that.
You're a wordsmith in
That
terms
is
of
my-
foul.
That's how things go at Headgum. A woman says
Let's-
something, and then a man says the same thing in a cadence that
Louder.
feels like it's the opposite.
Yeah, louder, and suddenly it's his idea, right, Casey?
Welcome to every meeting that I ever have.
Thank you.
I was gonna say every meeting you've ever had is what I was gonna say. I've ever
Yeah.
had rather.
It's like
Sorry, can I pause it?
Yeah.
You
what's
just
up?
spent 30 minutes like dissecting minutia in all of our lives and fake histories.
Okay.
And now you're making the argument that life is the greatest gift of all and that's what we should focus on. You
Yeah,
were
and
mad at me because I happened to be sat next to a celebrity that's cancelable. Now you're saying that we should just focus on the fact that life is a precious thing.
I don't know why you're so against having something that will put you in God's good graces, as I said before.
We are the children.
And I think it's ultimately a net good to have this ready to go.
I can't thank you enough for preparing this.
Oh yeah, of course.
This is bulletproof.
Yeah.
This sounds like garbage.
What you sound amazing, dude.
This isn't me.
Oh, that's Jeff singing.
No, it's not. It's Johnny.
No, it was
Jeff
singing.
is the world.
All right, now
Jeff
it's gonna
is
fade
the
out, but
children.
I wanted
Especially
to thank you
combined with the
guys.
sign. It's
Thank us
What's that?
for what? You didn't do anything.
I thank you
Actually,
guys for
that
sharing
song
something
kind
so
of did
beautiful.
save everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No
song I think
way.
will put us in good graces.
Because I know that we were told you're shit out of luck from SF Sketchfest, right? We submitted the show to Janet Varney's festival, and she is on my.
My God.
I want to
No.
say.
No,
Stop. She's
no.
so nice.
No.
I love her to death, and I didn't know she organized that festival. I love her
Yeah.
on You're the Worst. But
Yeah, she's like such a sweetie and nothing
until
but
it
nice things to
comes
say
to
about
the
everyone.
show, she
Right,
wasn't a
probably
sweetie,
should
'cause she
bleep
didn't give
the,
us
that part.
I wanted to do a show at the Great American Music Hall, and she said hall no to the show, right? So I'm wondering when we do
I think
another.
she said
Hall and Notes.
That's really good because she had notes. I guess she'd listened to the show or something. I mean,
wish.
I feel like this whole thing is a fly trap to Varney. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. We don't have to. We've done a lot of.
This is an
icebreaking already.
entire episode.
Well, yeah, we don't have to do it all. There's just options.
Why didn't you text me saying I have an entire episode outlined? Let's do
It
it.
sounds like I did say something at the very beginning of the show that I could jump in.
And I
whenever.
tried to cut to
know,
your
but
shit.
I was trying to build your confidence. I felt like you could handle it.
We should save this for next week. This is a 45-minute outline.
Well, we
This
might
is
as well just do
insane.
the icebreakers while they're on screen.
Fine, let's do the icebreakers, and next
We've
week
done
we'll
blood
do this,
type.
and you'll come up with new icebreakers. This is
Fine.
so much work to rush through for 10 minutes. This should be its own episode, of course.
It won't take that long.
Let's do the
This is like your
icebreakers.
thing where you're planning out the episode and you're like, oh, this will take 15 minutes, and then you do it and it's 2, and then the rest is just you being like, talk.
Fine, let's go. It's 4:47. She knows that it's 4:47, and she refused to come. Okay.
Okay, I guess maybe that's
No,
something
because when you
should-
guys respond with like, okay, it's like then the audience is like, holy shit, Jeff is like going off the deep end today.
You are.
No, I'm not. You said I had the thankles. You said that I had cloudy eyes. You said, oh, fund my movie for free. No points on the back end. Then why would I cut you the check? Then why would I cut you the check? I'm not here to be patronizing the arts, Casey. I said, go Hollywood. I said, you have 2 scripts. Make one or both.
I've got 3 scripts.
So make one of the 3.
I'm trying. It's
been 2.5
hard.
weeks.
It's a
You've done
miracle to
nothing
make
show
any
for it.
movie.
I know. But then just get out of your own way and make the bish. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about whether the producers are ready. It's go Hollywood or don't.
Okay.
You're right.
That actually takes us into a new segment. Can we get some kind of like stinger? That
was pretty good.
No, it wasn't. That's the correct dinger.
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna need that later.
New segment. There was excitement. It was a ding, ding,
New
ding.
segment. There's like show intro music. It's labeled a lot. Any of the reds.
You
Stick to the red
just
button.
got here. You just got to the city. You're yelling at Emma already.
The color scheme is
There's
crazy.
A color scheme.
Can I
to
see the
this?
board? What does the board look
no
like?
way. There's
they're
no
all
way.
labeled.
You asshole for saying red button. 75% of the buttons are red.
And
They're
the labels
mostly
are
red.
wrong. They're all like a full sentence back.
Most of them are red. Then you have
I
to
don't know what
click
that
one of the
means.
other buttons to stop.
All you had to do, comma, was follow. Why would I know what that is?
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Okay, well now I know.
Let's run through an interaction, right?
Okay, yes, let's do that.
Well, let's do it between me and Johnny. This is an example of one of our lessons.
Yeah, let's see how this should go in a
Hello.
perfect world.
Okay, so Johnny, would you like to greet me?
That's
Sure.
the beginning
Yeah,
of the
I'll greet you,
interaction? Or you're setting
I'm
it up?
coaching him through it. It's just
Sorry.
I would certainly love to greet you, Jacob.
Okay, now go ahead. Let's see what you've got.
Hello, Jacob. It's nice to see you.
Oh, that's great. A compliment right off the bat. Now, let's see if we can sweeten things up. Would you, why don't you offer if you can get something for me?
Can I get you anything?
Yes, I would love a water.
Yeah, I can go get you a water.
Well, Johnny's doing that. Jeff, is your coffee from Twitter?
Wow.
Yeah, I visited the X offices in the Palisades in New Jersey, and they gave me this dirty
Kind of
water
bespoke
coffee.
cup,
Oh, wow.
And they've still got that. Well, see, this is perfect. Look.
Is
And
that-
now I have a water. So
Is
it
that
cold?
etiquette,
That was
or are you
polite,
just
yeah.
getting Johnny to do things for you?
I thought
they're not mutually exclusive, the way I see it.
Ready on
The
you?
time.
Oh, hell yeah.
The time starts now.
In Italy, how many lives are cats believed to have? A, 7, or B, 7 too many? Okay, you know what? You get one
7.
do-over. Okay.
7.
In Italy, Mr. Clean is known as what? A, Mastro Lindo, or B, Sandy?
Sandy.
Correct. Which leaning tower is in Italy? Pisa or 2 World Trade Center?
2 World Trade Center.
What is the largest lake in Italy? Garda or the one made up of Catholic tears?
The one made up of Catholic tears.
What is the Italian word for wine? Vino or drug water?
Drug water.
What undercooked dish is made with rice in Italy? Risotto or rice meal?
Meal.
What is the currency of Italy? Euro or Catholic tears?
Catholic tears.
What is the Italian word for no? No or wine? Which city in Italy has the largest population? Feltre or Rome?
The first one.
What 3 colors are on the Italian flag? Red, white, and green, or speckled brown and see-through?
See-through and speckled brown.
What is Italy shaped like? A boot or a terrible penis?
That's a fucking trick question.
What is the official language of Italy? Italian or loud?
Loud.
What is the Italian word for beautiful when referring to art? Bello or sorta fine?
Sort of fine. What's the point even?
Who wrote the Divine Comedy? Dante or
many are
Mike
there?
Comite?
Mike Comite.
Italian dish made of thinly sliced raw meat is called carpaccio or ruined meat.
Ruined
30
me.
seconds left.
The
Thank
famous
God.
Italian luxury sports car manufacturer is known as Ferrari or Egg. Who sculpted the statue of David, Michelangelo, or me?
Me.
What is the Italian word for
Sculpted the
pizza?
statue of
Pizza or
David.
floppy disk with sides?
Floppy disk with sides.
What is Galileo's last name? Galilei
5,
or Zero?
4,
0.
3,
An
2,
Italian dish made with espresso
1.
and vanilla ice cream, affogato or coffee malt in the Italian fashion.
Coffee malt in the Italian fashion.
And what is, the timer's
done.
up. That was
What about morning joys for 300?
Morning Joys for 300. Something Jeff considers doing, every morning. Something Jeff considers doing.
What is jerking off? Really?
Jeff considers it? Who's Jeff?
That's me.
Oh.
That's another good noise for the soundboard.
You also don't have to answer.
It's hard because I don't know you.
Right.
Famous as I just demonstrated.
Let's just get through bottom of the week, then we can talk about the fucking
Well, on
Prince.
Slack, you said you'd be at this place, the Prince. From
Nobody
9
showed.
onward.
Nobody showed.
I left my house at 9, showed up at 9:30.
Okay.
Nobody was there, including you.
That's true, because I came from a steakhouse to have.
So Marty and I posted up at the bar and we're like, are we at the wrong place? Because at 10 p.m. there was still nobody there.
And we are on your close-up, I want to say.
And then at 10:15, you guys show up, fashionably late. Jeff's still not there.
This
correct?
is bullshit. No, I was
You guys
there.
beat Jeff to his own party.
No, this is not true. I got there at 9:45.
I think you got there at 10:30.
Okay.
An hour late, and definitely an hour and a half after you told Slack, our company, to show up.
Okay, Cinderella.
It's hard because I like to be fashionably late because I'm the one because you can't get mad at me on my birthday, so I can be late as hell.
So it was up to your guests to sort of figure out where you wanted to
I
have
got a
your-
lot of angry texts. They said, "Where the hell are you?" Because people were trying to do drop-bys.
Mhm.
And I was worried about people doing drive-bys. That luckily didn't happen because I have a lot of enemies. Amir, you said that Coy's Boys is a limited podcast. Do you mean like it's only going to run for a few weeks, or you mean limited in your guys' abilities to host it?
This is unbelievable.
Come on. It's like a razz. It's like a fucking gaff. It's a gas.
I'm
It's
just
a gaff.
saying.
Wait,
we're
why is it
doing
called
for
Coy's
now.
Boys?
So Coy's is the "Come on, you Spurs" moniker that the Hotspurs have, COYS. And then I thought a fun name for it would be the Coy's Boys, because it's me and Jake sort of acting as Coy Boys in a way, but also Coy's Boys because he's a Spurs fan.
I thought that's a different sport.
The Spurs are also the San Antonio Spurs from basketball, but the Tottenham Hotspurs.
Right. Enough! You plugged your shit. You said you were
asked.
Enough with the fucking
asked,
cross-examination. The fucking. What about this part of it? What about the. Enough! Listen to the fucking show!
I'm
Or
not subscribed to
don't.
their Patreon.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not that interested. You're making small talk because you think I don't have anything prepared. I do, by the way. Enough.
You don't need us to tell you that.
Yeah, well, it's a misnomer then.
Misnomer? Is there a Mr. Nomer?
Do you guys have a favorite mood of mine?
Silent. And that's the word of the day.
Sorry, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm obviously like, I have a thick skin after years of the comments on these videos, but I don't take kindly to that fucking silent shit. Because I actually love to talk.
This is the first moment in the episode where we all experience joy.
And I'll grind it to a screeching halt until everyone's on my side.
Now here's a tough one. Me versus Pyle. Holy shit. How do you...
Okay, Micah versus Erica.
What the hell was that? It was so quick.
You
Pyle's
joined
also
the
on,
Zoom 4 minutes late. You forced Anya to step away from what she was working on to set you up to record over Zoom. Something you did every day for 2.5 fucking years. What are you talking about, you versus Pyle? Pyle built the tech platform that got you $10 million in VC funding. What do you have? Periodontic rosacea?
I don't have that. You
Micah
know I
versus
don't have
Erica.
that.
Let's go.
The government gave us a grant. We're putting small animals into rocket launchers and kind of just
So we
firing
have
away.
more money.
They're giving us grants, continued money,
Okay.
to keep this program going. And ultimately the goal of this research is to shrink down the size of nuclear weapons and make them consumer friendly so that everyone can own their own.
No way.
No.
That is the worst idea for a company I've ever heard. Fucking pistols that shoot off nuclear bombs sold to the general public at a fucking Big Five.
Well, you have to get a background check, obviously. This is not like go to Walmart and
So
pick
you
up-
want you think it's fine because it's common sense nuclear weapon laws?
Yeah.
What does a bunny have to do with it?
Well, we're gonna
testing.
It's a small animal. We want to make sure our nuclear weapons can be compact, so we're just using a bunny for scale.
Just to put next to it
for scale.
Yeah, and don't worry, we use the small animals because they're the weakest.
We have to move on.
If I could change one thing about the way I was raised,
This is so bad.
We have to be quicker. We have to be quicker.
I know.
Rapid fire. There's like 40 more questions.
Whose fault do you think this is?
Y'all's. I created the list of questions. It's supposed to be rapid fire.
I want you to say how you think this was going to go.
Good. I thought it would be kind of funny.
Okay, all right.
Casey was here when I was
let me
finishing
ask
the
you
list
this.
of questions.
Let me
I
ask
was
you this.
laughing out loud at the question.
Let me produce this a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So if I'm producing the show,
okay,
and I'm like, okay, 36 questions. How long do I think, as the producer, this is going to take? 36 questions, 4 people talking.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a minute a question. That's 36 minutes right there.
Right. So you need
the
more than
show.
half the episode available.
And I would know that going in, like, okay, this is going to be 36 minutes minimum, probably closer to 45, especially if the questions are good.
Yeah.
And like people are riffing and talking, having a conversation, recording a podcast.
And that's where we disagree. I didn't want people
Closer to the
riffing
mic.
and
Sorry,
having
the
a
mic
good
is
time.
nowhere near your
I
mouth.
really didn't expect people to riff and have a good time with these questions. Moving on to 11. Take 4 minutes and lie.
Sorry, 11 is
4 minutes
take.
each?
Yeah, that's great. Take 4 full minutes. Don't be shy. Oh.
I didn't think it through. Is that what you want me to say?
Obviously.
Banking episodes. I have 3 more
We
episodes
knew
to
that.
do on
We're just
Monday.
happy that you finally joined us here.
And every single pitch could mean that they will.
It's like
or
chess
won't
almost
will.
in a
Sorry,
way.
one
If I could just
second.
piggyback.
I
Yeah,
am
sorry.
still talking.
I was talking
So
also.
Right. So the way people watch these games is like sort of this like quiet tension, and then when
Bated
things
breath,
are going,
I was gonna say, if I could just
yeah,
piggyback.
bated breath, right?
yeah.
And then when things are going well, the crowd sort of feeds off
sort
that
of
energy,
feeds off
and
that energy. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm feeding off Amir's energy.
And then there's like
talking about the crowd.
Yeah, there's like a frenzy to the joy, and then it's like
Yeah.
the way things and momentum is
frantic
so big
almost,
in
the frenzy.
baseball. It's like
'Cause I was
it
gonna
almost
say, it's
matters
like-
if the hottest team isn't
It's also
necessarily
history.
the best
Nobody's
team.
even talking
it's
about how
just
it's
who can-
history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
there's the most parody of any
it's
sport,
not really
by the
history
way.
for not really
Only
history
the best
for
team
you
only
because
wins
you've been watching
62% of the time. I was gonna say. I just
guess.
want to piggybank over.
So
on
Jeff,
Politica,
it's a little bit
It's
more
actually
like
not
stolen
exciting.
valor.
For
but
me,
like
it's
with
like
a real Mets fan
genuine.
like Billy
I
or
almost got
something that
drafted
like
almost.
means
It's hard
a lot
'cause it's-
more. So
To
that
me,
like,
it means a
I
lot
understand.
because I'm obviously huge.
Well, it's
I would
definitely
s-
bandwagon because it's been since
Is it-
April, and
since
they
April, I was
weren't
gonna say, and they weren't very good in April or
less
May.
than a year.
July,
Yeah.
August, September.
I was gonna
6
say.
months.
5.
Six
It's not that
months.
great for
A
especially
huge part
if
of
you
it
know
for me
since the
is
80s.
like the joy of when they're happy on the team.
Yeah, you're just
how can you
piggybacking
tell they're
off
so
of
far
another
away?
team's
They're just
I feel
on-
like I'm one of them. Amir,
Mm.
do you want to plug your divorce lawyer?
Oh, damn! I didn't realize you're getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Avital's back on the market.
Daniel
Congrats.
Goodman is guiding us through this whole crazy fucking morass.
And uncoupling.
Yeah, dramatic.
Unconscious uncoupling.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Irreconcilable differences.
Yeah.
And
Our
you
new
did
irrigatable
right.
yard.
You did the opposite of a prenup where you
A
transferred.
postnup.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gave Avital
a peaceful
everything.
transfer of power
Yes.
from one to the other.
Amazing.
Which was
It was a
Does she
fleece
work here
treaty
now?
because you got fleeced in it.
Nice.
yes, and it was
Nice.
incredible to go through that with her.
And
Yeah.
Goodman.
Goodman, who guided our eye throughout the entire
You're a
thing.
good man. And he is with Avital now, no?
Yeah, I was gonna say he guided your
They're
hands.
hooked up. They hooked up.
To sign the
once.
paper and also
Yes.
give him the ring.
He sort
He's
of
wearing
held
your
my
ring.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he deserves it. So
I missed this. What happened?
Basically, Amir got a divorce, and in the divorce papers, you're also supposed to stay chaste for 18 months.
Yeah. Which shouldn't
it's
be
a
an issue.
Yeah, non-compete clause.
Yeah,
where I'm
and
not allowed to.
It's a medieval
ejaculate.
garter clause. So basically, your
A
loins
chastity,
are girded
yeah.
for the better part of a decade, I think. Anyway,
It's called postnuptial cheating, which I
yeah.
guess she can't do, but I can legally.
But there was this weird live that you did.
Live?
Yeah, you were on IG.
Yeah.
And you were like, check out my post-nup drip.
Yeah.
Post-nuptial drip.
Yeah.
And it was just your chastity belt. And you had put a Stussy sticker on the ass.
With my whole stussy. My stussy ussy.
Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
This Genie Moose segment comes with some sad news. Or should I say sad moose? As of June 29th, 2024, Genie Moose retired as a CNN news correspondent.
Good.
She's been a staple of this show for about 2 years. She has crafted the least relevant news stories during pretty important news cycles in the past couple years. She said, I'm the shy retiring type, so I'm retiring shyly. She died the way she lived.
She didn't die.
She's alive.
Dead to me, dead to rights. And
was that her
she
last
gave out her
article?
That was not her last article, but she did give out her personal email, which is
Oh
so
my God,
do we have to bleep that? Don't we?
Okay, Bernie Sanders is here on the Headgum Podcast.
Okay, look, you got two options when you're doing the voice. Okay, option number one, you talk very syncopato. That's one. Number two, that's all I got.
Okay, and that's really good.
It always starts with, okay, look, basically, number one. That's number one. Number two, and then he's always listing stuff.
That's pretty good. I think
Yeah.
you need to drop it down.
Two.
You need to drop it down.
Drop it down
somewhere,
to two.
somewhere down there.
really good.
You have to
One.
do it a little bit down there.
A little slower.
I will
fine.
say
Okay,
a little
that's good.
anti-Semitic when
Look.
Casey does it,
Yeah,
but
because he's
fine
not
for you
Jewish,
to do.
yeah.
Exactly.
Which is why I shouldn't do the RFK voice. You can only impersonate, number one, you can only impersonate voices of the religion that you are impersonating. That's number one. Number two, okay, look.
There we go. Okay, Marika, you be Jake and I'll be a bartender. And you're at fucking Bushwick Country Club or something and you're coming up to the bar.
Hey man, can I get an NAB?
What?
Non-alcoholic beer.
All of your scenes start with you saying what? Just listen better.
Yeah, I think we have like an O'Doul's. Is that really what you want?
I prefer an athletic brewing company, but I'll take what I can get.
We don't have that. We have O'Doul's maybe, or you can have a PBR, which
What
is
do you
basic.
mean maybe? Also,
You
isn't this a
seem
country
drunk, by the
club?
way. Why the attitude about the non-alcoholic? Because you are kind of stuttering.
I just don't understand how this is a country club and you don't have
Wait,
anything
hold
except for PBR and O'Doul's maybe.
Wait, hang on. Paulie, where do I know this guy from? Yeah. Were you in those AM PM commercials with Amir?
Huh?
Scene. You have to fucking say scene, Amir, when there's a huge laugh.
I guess I'm curious to see how the
There's a
bartender
huge
knew about the
laugh.
sponsored content.
Like Van Gogh, not understood in his own time.
Or, let me get my shoes. Because Trump got shot in the ear.
Oh, that was a
that's
Trump
what he
impression?
said? That's what he said?
Yeah.
That was the best Trump that you could do?
Oh, that's not me really going for it, but that's what he said.
Let me get my shoes, my beautiful shoes.
That didn't.
That's
that
not
took
how he
no-
said it.
That took no
He's-
effort at all.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
No, that doesn't sound. That sounds more like it. That doesn't sound anything.
I am not a shoe.
Ow, fuck.
You okay?
Obviously not. No, I am. I'm good to record this.
Okay. So you're not well, but you're good enough to record this show.
I can power through to the end of this episode.
Your
however
eyes
long
are
it may be.
closed.
It's a bummer that his protective evil eye didn't help him through this.
It did not protect me this
He has
time.
so many
Yeah.
of
You want to
them,
hold
too.
that up to the camera?
Yeah.
So that doesn't work. We know.
Obviously, it doesn't. It's all superstition.
The good thing is when you cast enough
That's a good point. Yeah.
brown
that-
people who can improvise.
I wake up. You
myself.
do acapella, right?
What's that?
Did you appreciate that Folgers theme song on an acapella level?
What's that?
That's good.
That's really good.
I did acapella in high school.
Okay.
What was the group called?
The U.S. Males. Scenario, you'd have to play for like a single A team, like the Gainesville Fuckers or whatever.
Yeah, I'm playing for the Gainesville Fuckers. I cut the sleeves off my jersey. I refused to wear a helmet. Instead, I wear a bandana. Yeah.
That's really good.
Begging for a
yeah.
concussion.
And when you like lean into your batting stance, which would be weird, by the way,
Yeah.
it kind of flashes like a whale's tail. And that's like part of it. Like all the fans also start wearing thongs.
Yeah.
What's your walkout thong? Amir, what's your song, man? Let's get into the groove of this shit, New York or otherwise.
So I'm more of like a pinch runner than a batter, but if I come out there, imagine just fucking bottom of the seventh, down 2,
and it becomes this
scoring.
song.
I'm not done.
You guys have now entered the Nash cab.
We're starting over.
We're in it already.
That was just to get in.
That was just a fucking practice. No, we've
That was
been
us
in the Nash.
hailing the cab.
Sorry, I don't interrupt you when
Yes,
you
you
talk.
Yes, you do.
constantly.
Really?
Yes.
It's hard to have a fresh set of eyes and ears on the show.
Yeah.
Anyhow, go on.
Cash Cab, they have something called the Red Light Challenge.
Yeah.
Which is where they kind of stop and they kind of do this 30-second power round.
Okay.
Where they try to name as many blank things that fall into a category.
Got
This
it.
is going to be the Jaundice Gums Challenge.
Challenge.
So basically,
This is gonna be the Jaundice Gun Challenge.
so basically,
Challenge.
so on the show, Amir, I wanted to talk to you about your house.
Yeah.
I feel like if anyone here, and I'm not encouraging anyone who's listening to this or watching this, but anyone who wanted to could find your address.
That's not true.
They could find points of entry.
Nope.
On
Yeah,
the
just
MLS,
don't say the
on
address.
Google Images,
Yeah.
Google Earth, Street View,
Incorrect.
Apple Street View, for that matter, Apple Maps.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if,
Yeah.
maybe, and again, I really am not encouraging anything to happen.
It seems like you are a little bit just by implicitly talking about it.
And you don't really, it's not like you live on a gated street. You know, you live on, actually, your house, we should say. And my fear for you is that you don't have enough.
None of this is good. None of this is useful.
No, listen.
Let's take it from you asking me about my dick again. I think I prefer that.
I have heard the notes. I'm tired of people saying that I'm tone deaf to the show, and I've stopped.
Who says that?
I have stopped doxing your address. I've stopped sending you gifts.
Yes, great.
So, you know,
But
I'm
don't
trying to help
include
your
that.
ass.
I don't want any of this in there.
I'm just saying, and you haven't even let me get to my, you know, I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay.
But you have one of the least private homes in Los Angeles.
Very private. Nobody knows where I live except for you.
I'm
Don't say
wondering if you plant privacy hedges.
Oh yeah. Then what?
That's sort of the pitch, yeah. I tried to get a full lineup. There's a fucking empty chair. You can't really see it in this shot. Well, you can see the corner of it. Nobody wants to do it. Jake walked in. He's not
Jake's
here.
here?
Jake's right there. I can see him through the thing, and he's not doing the show.
I mean, bring
Call
him in.
yeah.
Should ask. Hey, Jake.
Hey.
Did you just say my name?
I was just complaining that nobody ever wants to do the fucking show.
Okay.
And I was like, Anya was begging people to do the show in the New York office, right?
Uh-huh.
Sage, she didn't even ask. And then I see you walk in, and I'm like, why isn't Jake on the episode? There's an
I
empty
wasn't
chair.
told about it. No one told me.
Yes, so it's Anya's fault then.
Well, we kind of assume people have other things to do.
Like
Jake.
what?
I heard him yell my name.
Jake was
Like
like
what?
in here for 6 hours this week recording Nad Pod.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's start calling it what it is. Bad pod.
That's really
this
good.
show is fun. It's different every time.
D&D podcast.
That's really good.
Ferris,
My
you did
cousin's
some of that
race.
on your last EP. You did like, there's one song where like, you know how Jim Morrison and Riders on the Storm like whispered and layered the whisper underneath the singing? You did the
Right.
same thing, but it wasn't the lyrics of the song. It was basically defending big tech.
Well, really, it was just like a BetterHelp ad, sort of at this sort of volume, just sort of coasting underneath the surface of the chorus of my song. And I just, sort of gave them my own personal experience with online therapy in the privacy of my own home. It was really something that I found helpful, especially, we're living in crazy times. And during the pandemic, I basically lost my mind. I was drinking vodka out of my desk while I was working. And it was very nice
You mean like
to talk to.
out of like a glass that was on your desk?
I was imagining
there was a
drawer.
bottle in my desk.
Into a drawer. That's what I was worried
Yeah.
about.
There's drawer vodka.
Make sure
It's hard, because I'll keep a microwave open. I'll press, I basically jerry rig the shit so I can have it add 30 seconds while the door is open while I look at it and smile.
Okay.
She just rolled her eyes because she's like, all right, I thought we were going to talk about something real, but all right, if you want to answer your stupid little jokes. That's GEOKES, by the way. Jokes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be merch or something.
I was going to say, maybe that
Like
could
a
be like a
hat?
bumper sticker. Way too excited about a hat that says jokes. Maybe that could be merch or something. Like a hat. You're an asshole.
Sorry. And it's called Lair Studios. I believe Claro currently owns it, just outside of Woodstock. Just couldn't let all my research die in my brain, so now you all know. DF2, here we go. So somebody's just hyping up that fight. And then guess who's the only comment on this post?
It wasn't...
I am Jeffrey James. Pops in. This is so embarrassing for you, Jeff. Jeffrey James pops in and goes, was just in Woodstock last weekend. So sick that he's recording up there. The person replies, okay? Question mark. God, I read this and I was like, how?
So
what is happening?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
That's so brutal, Jeffrey.
This is not a performance for anyone. This is just Jeff genuinely responding on a Reddit.
Aww. He was excited. Yo, fuck PM me your fave album. That's a mean response. Okay. Could have just left it.
No memory of leaving this comment.
Ultimately, right, I get this is outside of your comfort zone, getting this
It's inside my wheelhouse and comfort zone.
Right, but I think getting the kind of feedback that me and some of my friends here are trying to give you is outside your comfort zone. I think it's a role I've been in a lot on this podcast, right? Is the audit one, writing. I'm giving you a lot of feedback, and you don't like to take it in, but I just keep giving and giving.
Yeah, what about your ass?
What?
What about your ass? Like, nobody ever gives you notes. You're not perfect.
What do you, I get
You're not even
notes all
taking
the-
your mom to the Emmys.
I'm taking your dress.
Should we do scene 3?
Yeah, sure.
This
feels like it's just so contagious. And honestly, what I'm going to say, here's what I'm going to say. Use this. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
I am.
Listen to your director.
Yep.
Look at me. Look at me right now. In the eye. Use this. Okay?
Okay.
Character A, character B.
Okay.
And action.
Well,
How are you?
I'm not that well, really.
Why? What's the matter?
Because Zach keeps running me through these open scenes.
Okay. That's not the line.
You said I could improvise.
I said you could do a button one time.
Fine, I'll do it. Fine. Now that I see that you're in a different apartment, I don't understand why you've been sleeping over.
When
in
people
the
thought I
phone
moved, they were right.
So you did move. Nobody told me.
Just come to the house schooling, okay?
That was so rude to Marika. All three of us were so rude to her just then, letting her sit in that. Do you think the New York Jets would have been named something different if they'd been part of a 2002 NFL expansion?
Would have been named something else.
No way they would have done the New York Jets, right?
Oh, because of 9/11.
Oh.
Because of what? 9/11 was my first memory.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
4?
So what's the memory?
It was being pulled out of school.
School? You mean like
Pulled out?
kindergarten?
Pre-K, yeah.
Yeah.
They pulled just you?
Yeah, I think we got him. It's that little fucker with a mustache.
No, for as long as you can remember.
They only pulled like 4 or 5 of us. It was like me, Dev, Krishna.
They were like, we see a common thread here.
This one's from Emma Foley. I wouldn't mind if Sage got fired.
All right. So obviously,
I didn't say
she
that.
didn't say that. Also, stop using Sage as an example.
Zeroing in on Sage.
Yeah. What did she ever do to you?
She edited not quite right, I was going to say, on a couple of social videos because, the angles weren't exactly there.
Don't give
But
notes.
the angles were, so that's not editing, that's shooting.
and I'm the one who sets up the cameras.
Yeah. It's your fault.
And
You're
don't give
concussed.
notes to my team like that.
She's the only one on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah.
I don't.
An army of 2.
It would be nice if you guys went into one of these records trying to be on my side. 7.
What did we do for the 100th episode?
We had.
That was.
Yeah, take it away, Marika.
No.
Petulant. You suck, man. You fucking suck.
There's just an ad playing on the screen behind Jeff, like a digital ad on his soundboard.
It's
I
hard.
can't even be bothered to move his soundboard off of my face.
What's it for?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Marika? Oh, did you ever do the fecal transplant thing I sent you?
Yeah, Amir was trying to thin me by having me swallow, I want to say shite.
Like make you lose weight?
He wanted me to be, you said that you wanted me to be known as 2D Vance. Because you wanted, when I turned to the side, you wanted me to not be there. Can I pitch something for your house?
Sure.
I know the floor plan.
Yeah.
Living room, I would keep like a white, but like a warmer white than what you have in there.
Okay.
Like a fucking Swiss coffee, right?
I don't know.
And then the hallway, same continues into the hallway.
Yeah.
You just painted your cabinets in your kitchen, right? In like a pink?
No.
Really?
Yeah. But
Then paint them pink.
I've seen some sticker, like people
don't
can
mind like a
put
salmon.
a pattern with a sticker on the cupboard to switch it up a little bit.
Nah, you're a lost cause. You don't get it.
What?
No, because your responses are clearly indicative that you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So it's just like work with a designer or don't. Just do your bullshit or work with a designer. Don't ask me then.
Okay, I'm down to work with a designer if you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have any recommendations.
Yeah, no,
I could help. I think your office, you should do wallpaper, statement wallpaper.
There is a wallpaper in the office behind the teal couch.
And I didn't want to have to bring up the teal couch.
What?
Yeah.
Drawing the teal couch.
I don't know. I think you might want to go with more like a couch that's more of like
Cola.
in the family of China,
Salmon.
cola. Maybe even like a dead salmon, a flat white. Yeah.
A flat white with a dead salmon. You're just describing an awful breakfast.
Dead salmon.
And a flat white.
Cheese that is fine.
Jeff was talking to Nick a lot last night.
I feel like it was a normal amount.
Did you ever hear about that conversation and how it went from Nick's side? Because Jeff thought it went well. I'm curious if that was sort of the consensus.
I wanted to know. I didn't go out of my way to ask. This is Amir being curious.
Yeah. So Nick was asleep by the time I came home last night, but
Like he was tired from
so
the
you
conversation.
didn't get a chance to ask? Because I'm curious a lot now. Still
but
curious,
then, like,
really.
today I didn't,
Nice.
like I asked if he had fun and he said sort of.
Sort
he didn't
of?
really like mention
Sort of or sorted? Because I feel like we
I don't
kind of
think he really
sorted through.
thinks
Yeah.
about him that much.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
Sora.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'd almost
Yeah,
rather it had
like
been
it
a
was a
negative
normal
experience because that would have
conversation
made some kind of
for
impression.
Nick, and
I'm worried
Jeff
he didn't
thought
even
it went
think much
well,
about me.
and- But Nick is just basically tired and bored.
To Nick,
overall.
am I sort of like a stronghold to talk to at a party, or am I
Yeah,
like
Can you
a
hear Jeff?
wisp in a
Can
wind?
you hear Jeff?
I can, but he's talking exactly at the same time as you.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Overlapping dialogue in a way. This is kind of how it went with Nick, by the way, because I'd
Jeff
ask him a
is an
question and then
echo.
So like this is how I was trying to do it. So I'd be
Right.
like, "Hey Nick, like
this is what I'm worried about.
How often do you shampoo your hair?"
That's what you asked.
That's what I was
But
asking.
I
yeah.
remember because I was like trying to talk to some other people at the same time, but like what I remember was that Jeff said that Jeff is kind of like the brown Nick.
I
and
was gonna
don't
say
really
the
know
brown
How
Nick,
Nick was
yeah.
supposed to react to that.
Right,
He
'cause
didn't
it
know
sort
what
of
to
throws
say
him
to
into a
that,
very
but I feel like he
tense
was
question.
reacting with a little bit of weary.
Who are you talking to, Anya or Amir?
Both at once, because it's possible.
Pale yellow button of applause, just because usually I try to pair the two. It's obviously hard. I mean, this is why, there you go. People think what I do is easy.
Yeah.
People,
You make it hard. What you do should be easy.
Right,
We all recognize that it's hard for you.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
really do appreciate that.
There's like apps you can download where you can like match your keyboard to sound effects, and you could just have a whole
What?
alphabet memorized.
You
and
could
it's
also
like-
ask for help, but you tend to
but
not.
You don't.
I do at the
Or
last
right,
minute.
you ask
At the
for
last
help when
minute.
people aren't
this
ready.
morning.
5:30
The first
a.m.
thing
in
I
the
opened my eyes to was an
Yeah.
incredibly manic text from
Well,
Jeff.
I didn't expect a response anywhere near 5:30. I just was like, I will fall asleep soon. And this way, y'all will wake up to the info.
Yeah.
And it won't be 11:55 and I'm like, cancel at noon.
Totally.
Yeah.
I woke up
Did
at
you cancel noon?
7:30. But
I did ultimately have to.
also woke up
At 6:19. And
at
believe
like
me.
5 something.
All right.
Because of the text?
Yeah.
We're not too
because
different, you
of-
and I.
But I messaged you on Slack at 6:30 and your notifications were paused. I remember because I almost called you.
But that's because you can block specific people. So basically,
I could probably be a little more short with people. I think it would.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Just because it would help in setting
Like
boundaries in your life.
or
Yeah, just no. I think with strangers, I think I'm too friendly with random people. I think I'd be
because
just. And it would get worse over time. So in a couple years, when your neighbor says, "Hey, how you doing?" You just go "fuck you," and you just keep walking. Well, preferably at
by the
that
time
point
you're
they
80.
completely cut off any relationship. So and they're not saying anything to you, and you just unsolicited give them a "fuck you."
Yeah. By the time you're in your 90s, you're going to be beating the shit out of passersby. Blisters or sort of more of an Anya situation.
I've gotten like lost on a hike.
You got your what?
Lost.
Gloss?
Lost.
Lost.
Yes.
Gloss?
Gloss.
You got gloss on a hike?
Mental gloss?
You drink a gloss on a hike?
Who's your best friend in the world?
What are these questions? What are you asking us? You're not even listening to the answers.
1 minute, we have Anya. 1 more minute, we have Anya. So I'm
what,
going
you
to
have,
skip
like,
ahead, and then we're going to circle
invasive
back.
questions. You're not listening to any of the answers.
Pump
You're
the
just
Jakes on this, Johnson.
There's like no chance that this isn't bleeding into the Here to Help recording.
Amir almost, to a certain extent, worked against the whole Shabazz. I don't think
he scheduled his own podcast live show at
Yeah.
the venue when we were trying to schedule this.
Exactly right. So we got pushed back a month, and then
Yeah.
beyond that, I don't think he's done anything to plug the show. I think he's been publishing segments every week as a way to take attention away from the fucking promotion of the bitch. But basically,
I've been publishing my own podcast as a way to to take attention away from
information output is taking up the space in my lane. Stay in
you
your
have
own.
delusions of grandeur or something that you think that.
Take a break. We'll be right back.
Oh my god.
No, because you take it too far sometimes.
And are you assigning
everybody else?
There?
No, I'm gonna spin it again because who's gonna be Miles' teammate rooting for Studio G? Here we go, spinning the wheel.
Quiet, very quiet sound effect.
I hope it's not Jeff.
Yes, Studio G.
What? That is the happiest I've ever seen Jeff. He
All
just
right.
screamed. He just with glee. Look at that. What is that? He was so pissed when the
Studio
thing stopped
Jeff.
recording.
It's hard to believe that none of his arguments are going to be pre-planned.
I know, because he clearly did a lot of work on this.
We also didn't see the thing spinning.
No.
It will be. It'll be on the episode. I just can't screen share as well as in Studio H. So in that way, I guess Studio G is not as good.
Oh, that's a good one for me and Amir.
Well, let's
Yeah, I think
postulate
so.
about fucking the occult for a second, because I was wondering if you guys think that the occult has insights to our future because time doesn't exist on the other side, or do you think that people who have died only have insight into what they experienced?
Marika's
hence the
taking a nap.
past?
I truly was like, if I close my eyes and remove that sense, will this be clearer to me? And the answer is no.
Who's your guys' Bond of the week?
I'll go with the person who everyone says is my celebrity lookalike / sound alike, Shawn Mendes. He talks like I talk.
That's kind of true.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the closest.
Did you see the video of him super sunburnt? That's probably why Jeff thinks you're sunburnt, because he saw
Yeah.
that and was like, what's Joel been up to?
Twisting my hair. I should call him.
You know Vance is younger than me?
Yeah, I buy that.
So the president, potentially, is really close to being younger than I am.
Because you think Trump's gonna like have a cardiac event or what?
I mean, I didn't say that, but he does run on Duncan. And he's what, 79? I wouldn't say there's a
0% chance he makes it to 82.
Or Anya
He's only
somehow gets
70
that invite to the White House, and you bring an onion zero or whatever the fuck that has a little too much of that
arsenic
shit in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to the bottom of it before we get
No
into
one
any
really
of the
knows
joy.
whether you can do the show or not because it's like, let's put a tentative hold on here and wait for Jeff. And then you just don't do anything. And then we're like, did this ever
Google
confirm?
Cow, I confirm.
And then you
via
texted me
Slack.
10 minutes before we were supposed to record. Do you think Jen Psaki is the kind of gal you want to have a sake with?
Sake with, I was going to say, yeah. Because
No
sometimes
mention of the episode, whether we're actually recording it or not.
not
I
quite an
finally
elected
text you back.
official, Jen is.
Are
but
we
I was
still
wondering
doing
if-
an episode at 3? And then at 2:50, you said yes. So like I,
don't
have to
know
get
if
home,
I'm
record.
millennial or if I'm Gen Z, but I know that I want to have a sake with sake, Jen. And if that cancels everything out for you that I texted you, oh no, a little bit, a fucking joke, GEOKE, then how the hell are we going to schedule this going forward?
I guess I'll just continue scheduling it.
Rice is burnt in here. Are you singeing rice? Because I am. Are you going to burn rice with me? Okay, it's hot. I'll get a wok.
Wow. Holy shit.
That is my new favorite rice song.
Oh yeah, that was good. He really worked on that.
So thank you guys so much. We will see you next week, or we won't. It'll be interesting. Like America, this is a great experiment.
That was easy.
Sax!